Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second YouTube video from the Voices of Unification Sanctuary. This is going to be like the highlights of our Sunday service. We get together every other week in different people's homes, and we watch a little bit of the King's sermon, and then we have discussion. And the discussion is the most exciting aspect of our meeting, I think, and it goes on and on. Sometimes we've gone till 5 in the afternoon, but this time we went till 2 in the afternoon. Some people had other things to do. Anyway, we started out. I'm just going to give the highlights, and then you'll see the details. First of all, Richard and Marco, who's a new guest, came bearing gifts. It was like Christmas time. They had made 4 cleaning kits for our ARs, and also out of oak made from church pews, they made a stand to hold the AR with the Rod of Iron Ministries and the symbol laser printed into the wood. So we were all excited about that. You'll see highlights of that. And then Diana gave highlights of our American Freedom Alliance conference and the follow-up there. And information on Karen Sigmund, the president, who also went shooting with us. What we found is that we meet people and invite them to the range, and it's a natural way to get to know each other, and then we keep good relationships from there on, and we learn from each other. And then next, Guillermo's he likes to read Father's speeches. He does a great job. He's going to read a summary there. And then you'll just see around the home, we gather in different groups in the back, in the front, all over, having discussions either about different topics or in different languages. So we're a diverse, interesting group, and everyone's welcome, and there's all types of people there. And we had a new guest and an old guest returning this Sunday. We were very excited. All right, please check in on our highlights to follow.
Only a church down the street from me, so I took the oak from the seats and I just took them saving my yard, you know.
Well, nice, very nice. Thank you.
My van, the van's in my yard.
Thank
How
you.
many pews?
A lot. I didn't even get all the wood. There was more, but the guy's like, look, you got 2 more days to come get it.
How do you cut them? What tool did you use?
I brought it, just stuff in my truck. I didn't cut it because they were long pieces. I just threw them in my truck.
New patches are supposed to look like.
Oh.
How do you put them in there? I always like,
For the handgun, but not too many. But
you fold them
I
in
still
half?
gotta want to know what
No,
it
you
is for.
feed it through like.
So it even comes with a little adapter.
What?
That came with it in the
No
bag.
idea what that is.
Anyway. I wonder if it came with an instruction manual, this thing.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay,
Nice. Nice.
and the deal is to hold back here, not up here, and that way it will spin.
Oh, really?
It spins like a
I didn't know that, yeah.
Alright,
I'm learning a lot here.
this is all cleaned out.
Okay, I want to elaborate on our conference that we had on May 5th, The Left's Revolution by Other Means. David Horowitz said in his book, Dark Agenda, that beginning with Darwin, because they were saying that we are just animals, Sanger took it further and created Planned Parenthood and then brought the idea of eugenics. And Hitler took it even further and started fulfilling eugenics. That was what David Horowitz said. Trevor Loudon was incredible. He talked about situational ethics that has been creeping into our society, saying that if you love anything, then it's good. As long as you have love, it is good. If you cheat on your wife or husband, it is good because you are loving that other person. If you,
That's what they said.
yeah. So what they want to do is they want to call us haters, and they have been doing this because if we hate evil, we are haters.
Right.
We are homophobic. We are
That's what they do.
Islamophobic, and that's what's been creeping into our schools.
That's exactly
Trevor
right.
Loudon pinpointed it.
That's exactly
And I actually
right.
used it today too.
That is very good.
So, and Bill Whittle, okay, Bill Whittle, he's talked about young people. He has hope because he said that after the young people go into these commie colleges, they start playing these video games that use guns and the flag. So he has a lot of
That's
hope.
true.
And Charlie Kirk has, he said that he grew up on Star Wars, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings. Those are good stories. Those are all about fighting good and evil.
True.
And it's really good. And he also said that He actually is not a part of his Presbyterian church anymore because they are teaching the leftist viewpoint, and we can't say what's really biblical anymore. But I want to actually tell everyone, please, please pray for Karen Sigemund. She was the one who got this all together, and because of her, she's being targeted. She hit a nerve. She truly hit a nerve. And so she was fired recently from her teaching job. Her name is Karen Sigemund. Please pray for her. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
America's deepest roots lie in the religious faith of her people. Indeed, our revolution was fought with the conviction that resistance to tyranny was obedience to God. Also, our concept of individual liberty originates with the teachings of Moses and Jesus. Stemming from this tradition, our relationship with God has been the cornerstone of our nation. We have sensed that America was created of God in order to serve His purposes. In this spirit, "In God we trust" was adopted as our national motto. Today, however, we are witnessing a dramatic weakening of our religious foundations. Our traditional beliefs and practices no longer seem adequate. Tragically, the result of this is that the very fabric of our society is shredding. The family unit is breaking down. Immorality is spreading. Crime is on the increase. And our youth suffer from a loss of direction and meaning. Without doubt, the unchecked continuance of these trends will ultimately result in the collapse of our nation. To prevent this, we need to find new vision capable of inspiring us to fulfill the great promise of our first 200 years. It is this vision which Reverend Sung Myung Moon brings. As a modern-day prophet, his vision is a universal one and speaks to that which is deepest in the human soul. He recognizes that America is the leading nation of the free world and that therefore God's message through him has particular relevance to us. Indeed, its relevance is confirmed by the great number of young Americans who have been inspired by it to dedicate their lives to building the kingdom of God on earth. The two speeches in this book, God's Hope for America and God's Plan for America, provide an introduction to Reverend Moon's thought. For the sake of brevity, both have been edited for publication.